Alright, man, we back. Alright, I want to talk to y'all about something. You remember when a couple videos back, I forgot which video it was though, but I was talking about how when I was first going through my spiritual awakening, right? When I first woke up, I think between 2003, 2004, 2024 and 25, right? Around the age of Aquarius time, right? What I noticed is after I did that video at the bank, when I did the Kendrick Lamar video, after I did that video at the bank, right? There's a situation where I was talking about how, like, you know, everywhere I went, I kept seeing like police everywhere. Like every single time I turn the corner, there'll be a police right there. Or every single time I don't know, every single time I went somewhere, it'll be the police passing me, or you know, or it'll just be people doing weird, like just doing weird stuff. See, when you a spiritual being having a human experience, and when basically the government know you awake, they know you got extra sense, like the people in your town or wherever you live, when they know you have extra sensory perception, when they know that you're an empath, when they know you can pick up on energy, but they have manipulation tactics to try to get you off your square, try to get you off your path, try to get you off your, basically fear mongering you to going back to doing like low vibrational things, because you know, basically trying to get you to shut up. You know what I'm saying? Basically trying to get you to stop working for the divine, get you to not believe in God, get you to not believe that you have the gifts that you have, to get you to not believe, like basically trying to break you down to like the lowest level they can break you down so they can cipher your energy, right? Yesterday, when I got home from work, I noticed that I ran into a video that definitely explained everything that I have honestly been through when it came to these situations. And what I also know is I was always channeling, even when I was a kid. I was even channeling when I was like, bruh, when songs pop up in your head and stuff like that at certain times, or like, I always realized that in my situation, why I always felt weird growing up is because I was always picking up on other people's energy without even knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what had happened was this whole situation had made me this situation did give me a little bit of PTSD, you feel me? But I healed from that. So not only that made me super aware, it even made me aware on a new level. It was almost like the situation of the gang stalking and all that shit just made me more aware of what was going on around me. You know what I'm saying? It made me pay more attention. And what I realized, this was actually happening to me on a different level. See, they have technology and stuff now. So the way they do it now, they do it through the internet, they do it in person. Depending on how powerful you really are, or depending on your levels of ascension, they go harder and harder and harder and harder every time, because they don't want you to expose things, and also like they don't want things to change, so they don't want be different. You know what I'm saying? But it has to change anyway, because too many people are waking up. Too many people are waking up to the fake, the distractions, the things that's not feeding their brain, the brain rot. You know what I'm saying? The way they do the mind control, everything is getting exposed. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the things that I want y'all to, this is the one video I want y'all to look at. This really happened in my experience when I started waking up and I started talking about what I was talking about. I was like literally kind of like scared at first, because of the fact that I didn't know what was going on. I was like, yo, like, why is this happening? But what I realized what it was is it was police gang stalking operations and tactics. You get what I'm saying? See, I had met a friend, he called it like more like fear monger. But what's so crazy is when it comes to this situation, they can put you on a watch list, you feel me? And all they gotta do is call. It only takes two people to call to have you on this list. You feel me? it was a lot of weird stuff that happened to me. You know how like the movie like Black Mirror, the show Black Mirror, go back and watch that first season of Black Mirror. I said Black Mirror. Go back and watch that first season of Black Mirror, bro. And there's this one skit to it, this one episode where dude was being recorded through his webcam or whatever and stuff like that. There's a lot to this. It's like people that do stuff, they record, put you on the dark web without you even knowing, without your consent. There's a lot of stuff that these people do without your consent, on God. There's a lot of stuff that these people do without your consent, and you didn't agree to none of it. You didn't agree to none of this. You wasn't aware of it. There's a lot to it, and it's usually over some money and greed and just people trying to get a check, people trying to get some bread off of somebody else. You feel me? Somebody that's like a innocent divine soul, you know what I'm saying? That actually knows what they're talking about. That's where the abuse comes in at. But this is what I'm saying, bro. I want y'all to go look up, go type this in or whatever you have to do. The channel name is the Iceman Code Meth. You know what I'm saying? It says police gang stalking operation and tactics, bro. And you can look up everything about this and stuff like that. But he basically explained right straight up. There was one section that he talked about, right? There was one section that he talked about where it was called agoraphobia, bro. Where it says an anxiety disorder that is characterized by anxiety in situations when the sufferer perceives the environment to be unsafe, uncomfortable, or dangerous. Goal: mental instability of the target. Dissociation leads to the victim's isolation. Did y'all hear what I just said? Agoraphobia. An anxiety disorder that is characterized by anxiety in situations when the sufferer perceives the environment to be unsafe, uncomfortable, or dangerous. Goal: mental instability of the target. Dissociation leads to the victim's isolation. I was aware of this. I was wondering what was going on, and this was a tactic. This was literally mind control. On a whole nother level. You feel me? On a whole nother level. Now, let me go back to when I first had my spiritual awakening in the age of Aquarius, right? I had got a email or something on my it was like an Apple email that I had got on my laptop, on my MacBook Air, right? It was like one of those messages that you see in a movie that was like supposed to scare you type deal. I never talked about this. I never said nothing about this because all I did was read it, and I read it halfway and I deleted it, bro. I deleted it and I kept proceeding with what I was doing because even in that case, I knew I was doing something right because that was whatever that email was, that was a scare tactic, bro. I already know what it was. That's how I know I've been being watched. You know what I'm saying? Or they was trying to scare me into not saying nothing. Or not speaking up on spirituality, not speaking up on what needs to be exposed when it comes to these type of tactics and stuff like that. But this was the one thing that confirmed to me that this is real life. This is real life. Because I honestly feel like once you reach a certain level and stuff like that, you become aware of the BS, you know what I'm saying? You become aware of the tactics, even when it comes, you aware of the people's tactics. Whenever you work somewhere, they have tactics there, you know what I'm saying? But they want you to, basically, they try to do me like Michael Jackson, or they try to do me like Britney Spears. I already talked about they try to do me like Gypsy Rose, you know what I'm saying? There's so many victims to this type of abuse, you feel me? To the point to where this should not be going on. You feel me? This should not be happening. You know what I'm saying? It's like messing with somebody's messing with somebody's stability, messing with somebody's mental. You know what I'm saying? Cause I never was slow. But the illusion is we gotta keep trying to make him think he's slow. You know what I'm saying? But I'm already aware of the tactics. So it's not really gonna work. It's not gonna work because I can see through it. I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? I can read body language, whatever you want to say. I'm not here just to eat, just to dance, or just to make music, just to shoot videos, but I'm also here to expose what they do to spiritual beings having a human experience. Once they know who, like, what you are or who you are, they try to manipulate the mess out of it. And I'm not here for none of that. You feel me? Like, real talk, I'm not here for none of that. All this illusion, all this magic that they be trying to do. Like, look, I'm about to go to a comment on here that I saw. It says, their computers are full of electronics in the cruisers. They can bust your gut and make you all over yourself, but usually just make you have to go uncontrollably. They have control over EMF transmitters that they can cause a lot of pain in its radiation. Those are just a couple of gadgets they have. I experienced this on multiple occasions. They do this because they're Freemasons trying to control you. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that have self-awareness and extrasensory perception that can pick up on what has been done to them on a different level. Some of these people trying to say, oh, you just crazy, you're not that important, yeah, like, because this is that type of situation where the government, military, police, whatever, some of them are victims, some of them work for these people, some of these people get paid to do these type of things to people that are innocent, bro, to attack people because they are psychic, because they have gifts, because they're empaths, because of basically the gifts that they do have. And some people are so jealous and envy of people that have these gifts that they'll agree and take any money to do anything, to manipulate anybody. You know what I'm saying? Once you put money in front of somebody's face, bro, and they already don't like you, or they don't have something that you have, oh yeah, of course they gonna be willing to do that to you. They don't care as long as they get the bread, right? You feel me? It's a thing that children are victims of this, women are victims of this, men are victims of this. You get what I'm saying? See, the thing about this is, when it comes to people that do magic, right? I'm not one of those people that have to even do magic. All I have to do is pray, go to God, meditate, pay attention, just be aware of your surroundings. Stay away from low vibrational things. And the only thing that I could say that's not low vibrational in my heart is the cannabis. That's the only thing that's not low vibrational to me. But it's not about the cannabis, it's more about the people you around and what y'all doing while in the process of that. Yes, you can have fun. But when I look at the plant, I feel like we gotta respect it more. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather sit back, blow me one, and learn something, or watch something, or listen to some music, or it's just like my mind works different in that mode. Or if I'm with if I'm with my partner or something like that, I rather, like, that's like a social kind of thing with me. I don't know, it taps me in more on a different level to certain things. So that's why I said I'm not a drinker. You know what I'm saying? Because one, it makes me less self-aware. It makes me like less aware, and it doesn't make me feel good. It makes me sleepy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the cannabis, it's a different feeling for me, and I feel like I'm more tapped in than I am not. You know what I'm saying? It never really hindered me. So that's a different subject for a different day. I always gotta go back to that because that's just one of my things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to really stress that because of the fact that people want to try to paint me a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about that. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to do those type of things in moderation now. So it's not a thing where I have to do every day, because I used to do that every day. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think nothing wrong of it until I realized that I had to stop that, because there was a certain level I had to get to because of that. You know what I'm saying? Now I realize that that's a thing that I can do in moderation, you feel me? But this is the type of things that I have noticed. I have noticed through the process of what I was doing and how far I was getting, and just how I was realizing, like, dang, this is some real life movie-ish that really happens to people. At first, you think it's all bull until you really tap in and realize, when you start really speaking up about it, when you really start spreading the awareness of gang stalking, when you spread the awareness of how deep the programming goes when it comes to that. Yeah, there's real life agents, just like in the Matrix. There's real life agents and stuff that tries to put you in a fear-based mode, or when you are not in survival mode, the goal is to try to put you back in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Make you think on a survival level, and just that level, and keep you in that level. Survival mode is actually a low vibrational thing, so they can keep siphoning your energy. You feel me? Basically have you just on a hamster wheel. You know, basically just trying to have you on a hamster wheel, constantly fighting, until you get tired and give up. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of tactics that be applied whenever you are one of those beings. You know, there's real life beings that have blood, a different type of blood type, right? That can actually cure certain things. Have y'all ever seen I Am Legend? Yeah, it's kind of like that. So it's a lot to the situation when it comes to the tactics that they use. Like, when I realized that all they gotta do is make 2 calls, and then you can get put on that list, and now you being watched illegally for no reason. Like, basically trying to keep you walking on eggshells. You feel me? Trying to make you scared. But once you realize the tactics, you not scared no more. You feel me? Because you see what's going on. But just realize that God has you, and you divinely protected, and nothing will touch you. You get what I'm saying? Just stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? Keep a loving heart. And when you don't feel right about a person, you can still love them from a distance, but just accept people for who they are. You feel me? Because I'm not saying everybody is a bad person. I'm saying accept people for who they are and who they show you that they are. You feel me? And fill out the energy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say about that. Just fill out the energy, you know? You know what I'm saying? Because people can put on masks for real. People can put on a mask like they like you, and they really don't. I have experienced this over and over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? That's why it was always been hard for me to be in groups and stuff like that, because I realized when it comes to me, I'm that type of dude where I can be around people, but it's always that one person that want to try me, or want to try to make me feel weird or something. Like, it's always like, it can be family, friends, it can be anybody. You know what I'm saying? That, like, in my case, I always had a good loving heart, so it made me gullible and naive to certain things that I didn't pick up on, or I would pick up on them. I just let it slide and I didn't say nothing, because I be having more important things to think about. I be having more important things to do than to deal with somebody that don't even understand my level of my emotion level. Yeah, I used to be out of whack with my emotions at one point, but once I learned about emotional intelligence, I started tapping in more spiritually with myself, and started seeing that, like, that once you fix your inner self, you can, it just kind of like comes out energetically, you'll see your life change all around you. But there still is always going to be, you know, everything in life has duality, good and bad. So it's always going to be some good, but it's always going to be some bad. But, you know, depending on your environment, you know what I'm saying, you just got to keep yourself situated. You know, you got to keep yourself grounded, stay rooted, you know, stay strong. You feel me? Through all the distractions and things that don't even matter, you know what I'm saying? That's the best way I can put it. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people that are spiritual birth. There are people that are real descendants of Jesus. You feel me? That's the best way I can explain it. And royal blood. For real. And to different levels, different skin tones, different everything. You know, like we all are intuitive to a certain degree, but it's like if you don't train your intuition, it's kind of like it's like levels to it. It's like anything that you train on, you train yourself on, you get better at. You feel me? So like it's good ways to like train your intuition when you're like an empath, or you understand about telepathic communication, you understand those type of things. You can train yourself, you know what I'm saying? You can ask somebody like that you with, talking about some think of a number 1 through 10, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like little stuff you can do to like just train your intuition. You feel me? The small things. Like when I talk about like stuff like this, when we talk about vibration, the throat chakra, your throat, whenever you speak, right, it vibrates when you talk. That is a form of vibration. That is a vibration. So that's why they do say, be careful what you speak about yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's all there. You know what I'm saying? That's why you think, you know, whenever you meditate, certain meditation, they go, that is a vibration. You feel me? You can even feel it. So that's just some of the things that's just some of the things that I know of that I just wanted to spread. I wanted to spread that information to y'all because it's a part of me. It's who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see myself as better than anybody. I just want to give out the ancient wisdom that comes to me from source. You feel me? Whenever that is. And I can do that in so many different ways. And that's what I do, you know. That's basically all I can say, bro. But I'll see y'all in the next one, man. As I said, look this up: police gang stalking operation and tactics. And this can go deep on different levels. You can just do your research, bro. Do your research. For the ones that know, they know. For the ones that don't, if you don't know, now you know. And it's like it's a psychological thing that they do to keep you bound, to keep you in despair, have you around asking, like, why is this happening to me? Help, help. See, I was like that almost at the beginning, but I had to keep paying attention. And I was like, oh, wow. And I even learned more through this situation. Things be diabolical. People be diabolical. I'm trying to tell you, people be diabolical. They click up, get in groups, do this, all this stuff. There's one more story I gotta tell y'all. I remember when I woke up, I remember, I think this was the beginning of the year when they had the eclipse. I didn't even put shades on, bro. I put the shades on, but I slid them down, and I kept looking, and literally there was like flashes in the sky. You feel me? And I seen them with my own 2 eyes. I seen the flashes in the sky, and I was like, yeah, there's something up with this situation. And there's little groups that will literally be doing spell work under the eclipse, for real, doing magic. I'm telling you, most of this is just mind control. You feel me? But hey, they wanna say I'm crazy. They wanna treat me like I'm slow, like I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? even though I do. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we're out. I love y'all. Stay safe. Stay prayed up. Meditate. Go within. Do your thing, bro. Whatever you want to do with your life, whatever your dreams you have, whatever goals you have, chase them. You know what? We ain't gonna say chase them. They're already here. Already have in your mind that your dream is already fulfilled, and just go towards that goal. We ain't gonna say chase, because when you chasing something, that means that it's running from you. Have in your mind that you already achieved that goal, and just do the steps. Whatever steps you have in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Keep God on your side. We out. Love y'all, man.